Hey folks, Joshua here. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. In the interim, I have leveled everybody up. I made some pretty standard choices, I think, for most people. And I also went and sold off a bunch of loot. So we're down to 220 pounds. I didn't quite take the time to go through the 8 billion scrolls yet. But we're up to a very generous 354,000 gold. And we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a tour of Dresden. It's been a minute. A lot of folks have things that we need to talk to them about. Some of them are quests, some of them are just fluff. But we're gonna sort of run around the city and talk to everybody. We're gonna start right here in the Citadel's headquarters with Ivu. Okay, she has nothing new to say, so nothing there. Anevia. Ah, interesting. During the fight in the Ivory Sanctum, one of the cultists escaped. Her name is Zenedra. Do you know where I can find her? I got no idea. No reports either. Although when you think about it, where would you expect one of Baphomet's cultists to hide? I bet she's hiding somewhere right under our noses. Besides, those demon-worshipping creeps just love desecrating holy sites. I'd search for her at a nearby shrine if I were you. We know where she is. We're pretty sure where she is. And this would be a hint if we hadn't already been there. Apparently that's going to give us a quest. All right, let's talk to Early Sunset, this weirdo guy. Tell me about the gods and things that have happened on other planes. You must have witnessed many great events. Oh, I know a story you should find engaging. It's not directly related to you or current events, but it is still quite instructive. It occurred, let me see, less than 600 years ago, as time is measured in the material plane. In other words, it might as well have been yesterday. It all began with Eolar, Lady of the Hunt, a demon lord who has since perished. It was her penchant to take control of the body of a recently deceased hero and visit their family and friends to wreak death on them in an especially gruesome manner. Eolar preferred to keep the hero's soul somewhere close at hand to make them watch their loved ones die, unable to intervene. Early Sunset falls silent for a moment. Believe me, I take no pleasure in recounting this meaningless violence. It so happened that Eolar picked a righteous Desnan priestess, one the goddess was especially fond of, as her new victim. It enraged the goddess, and believe me, the wrath of the righteous... Hey, they did it! They said the name of the game! They did the thing! The wrath of the righteous is much more destructive than that of evil and darkness. Desna stormed into the abyss itself and obliterated Eolar along with her realm, reduced her to dust, scattered her in the wind. And when she did that, something unprecedented occurred. Demon lords, who had lived like spiders in jars since time immemorial, never missing a chance to bite each other, suddenly banded together in an alliance called the Coalition of Chaos. I don't recall ever, and I mean ever, laughing as hard as I did when I first heard that name. That said, most of the gods did not see the humor in it. A planar war was about to break out, one that would claim at least as many lives as Earthfall, all because of a single priestess, her family and her friends. Thankfully, Callistria wished to right Desna's wrongs. The goddess of revenge revealed her most powerful aspect, sowing discord among the demon lords. The savored Sting is a true artist in that regard, I must say. The Coalition of Chaos crumbled, and the war never began. The demon lords and their armies crawled back to the abyss where they belonged without glory. At least Desna actually fought evil instead of sitting on her hands. If you feel in your heart that this is the right path, do not stop. Act as the beautiful goddess of the stars did. I will, baby. Irabeth, anything new to say? No. Who else all is in here? The Prestidigitator Golem, the guards. Okay, let's head out into the city and start searching for people to chat with. And maybe buy things from. We got a bunch of money. It's been a while since I checked the stocks. Let's start with... what's her name wants to talk to us there? Arushalae. Let's start with the streets. Loading screen. Loading screen. Watch the bar cross the loading screen. There we go. Okay. So we've got the Hand of the Inheritor and Captain Odin. We exhausted the Hands dialogue last time. I believe. But Odin, I don't think we've ever spoken with. Not directly. Captain Odin gives you a polite nod. What can I do for you, Commander? This guy is our lead counselor on the military commander, I believe. Yes, military council. Captain, I know about your service on the council. What's your role in my army? I'm responsible for drills, organizing exercises, and briefing the officers on the strategies you approve. Furthermore, I have the honor of serving as the chair of your military council. Tell me about your military career. My family has lived in Mendev for generations. Simple but prosperous folk. Even as a child, I was interested in the study of warfare. I always knew I'd end up joining the ranks of professional soldiers. After serving for 3 years as a cadet in the capital, I went to Lastwall, where I graduated from the Crusader War College with honors. Then I returned to Mendev. For 25 years, I fought many battles as part of various border units. As a result of my service, I was distinguished by command with a promotion to the rank of captain and a subsequent transfer to headquarters. Captain Odin falters and his expression darkens. He remains silent for a while, then shakes his head and continues. Now that I didn't have to do drills, I had the time to focus on studying tactics and strategy. My fellow officers called my desk the archive because it was always covered with manuscripts and military treatises. Alas, I never did become a commander, even though it was my childhood dream. But I was able to become competent enough officer to be serving directly under your authority. I hope you'll find my knowledge useful. I get the feeling you've had your share of pain on the front lines. Captain Odin presses his lips together. No more than the soldiers from my squad. My last battle was at Villareth Ford's outpost north of Canabras. The demons, they brought flames down upon us. I'd never seen anything like it. Walls of fire spewing out fireballs. 300 soldiers turned into screaming, burning meat. And believe it or not, in the light of that cursed flame, the battlefield was dark as a cave. The smoke was so thick you couldn't see any further away than your own hand. We held that day, but the price was high. I paid mine as well. Took a miracle for the clerics to pull me out of my melted armor. And it took me 4 years before I could remain calm near fire. Any fire, even candlelight. I thought they'd write me off as psychologically broken. Instead, I was promoted. Apparently, in that inferno, we'd managed to deflect a terrible blow. Protected Canabras from an attack of a superior force. Apparently, we were heroes, as unyielding as rock. I didn't know that at the time. We were just fighting. Burning and fighting. I have to go. I'm always at your service, Commander. Yeah, got a little awkward there, right? All right. Let's check in with Storyteller. I don't think we have enough pages to get more out of him, but I think we can give him 1. I might be wrong. If we have 2, I don't know. We'll find out. On a page. Yeah, okay. We need to find 1 more before we hear more of his story. We've got Dorgalinda down here. I don't know that she has much to say to us, but check in with her. Commander! The middle-aged dwarf salutes you casually. Her face is disfigured by huge, scarred claw marks. One of her eyes is covered by a black patch, but the other is looking at you sternly and intently. Dorgalinda's a stranglehold, at your service. What's with that nickname, Stranglehold? Our resident jokesters came up with it when my hands went numb from the wound. She holds up her crooked fingers, withered to the bone. After that, I left the front lines for the supply service. And then I showed every wisecracker that one hand is all you need to keep your supplies in order. My grip really is a stranglehold, you see? All those thieving quartermasters who go out of their way to sell some ammunition on the sly. Scatterbrained officers who lose half a caravan in every skirmish. Civilian milksops who always have a sob story to explain why they can't give anything to the army. They all learned well, while people call old Dorgalinda Stranglehold. You know, we have spells available that could restore your hand. Spend it on some poor sap whose legs got ripped off. Thank you for your concern, Commander, but while we're at war, resources should be sent where they're needed. I'm handling the logistics just fine with one hand. All right, good to speak with you. Good luck on the front lines. We've always got your back. That's our job. Just like yelling at me as I run away to go find somebody else to speak to. We got the jewelry trader and the weaver. I don't know if they get new stock over time or as I complete quests or something, but I'll check in. Jewelry trader. What all do you have? Let's sort this by price descending. So mighty fists I don't need. What is this? Saving throws against mind affecting abilities used by the wielder. Oh, this, okay, so this is a bonus to the DC of spells we cast, as long as it's mind affecting. And grants a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against mind affecting and compulsion effects. So if I had someone who was using dominate or fear to great effect, this would be useful. Enlivening leadership, +5 confidence bonus on persuasion checks, grants their companions a +1 morale bonus on all skill checks. That's not bad. Our primary persuader is Darren. What is he wearing right now? An amulet of natural armor? This is pretty solid. And I've got a lot of cash right now. So you get a +5 competence bonus on persuasion checks. Do you have that from anything else? Touch attack rolls. Yes, he already has a +5 competence bonus to persuasion skill checks. So the only thing this gets us is +1 to everyone else. I don't think that's worth 32. I'm glad I checked. Let's see. We got a bunch of +2 weapons. I don't think any of that is good. What is Mind Master's Eyes? These glasses increase the save DCs of enchantment spells cast by the wearer by 2. We don't have an enchanter. That would be an incredible item for somebody. Bracers of armor +5 are pretty solid. I think we have somebody wearing... How are you not wearing... Oh, because it doesn't stack, right? Right, because it doesn't stack. They would be really good for him, actually, because he doesn't really wear armor. But I think we have a set of +4 for him. I'm not sure it's worth 25. Goggles of Pure Sight. Take a 20 on their next Dispel magic attempt once per day. Oh my. Automatic success on a Dispel. They also grant a +1 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. And these are glasses? Nobody's wearing any glasses. I think I'm buying these. We'll put them on whoever has Dispel. I think it's Ember has Dispel. And then she gets a bonus on her spell resistance? Okay. Ember is a walking... Ember is our boss mage. Yeah, we could put this on her. I'm pretty sure she's the one with Dispel. Rings, amulets, 2d6 positive channeling. That could be worth picking up. Not for you. You have that one. But for you, because you have a +1, so this is +2d6. What is negative channeling? This does more damage. We don't fight undead enough for that to be all that useful. Medium armor, and then a bunch of trash. Do I want more healing from her? Not really. I don't really use her for healing. If I was going to get her anything, I guess it'd be this. But even then, he's better at it. So I think we just want these goggles. Okay, there's 20 grand spent. If we take a look at the spell book here, is it Ember who has Dispel? I think so, right? What is it, level... Yeah, she has Dispel Magic as a 3rd level spell. So I think she's the one we want it for. Is there any benefit in making a metamagic version of this? I actually haven't updated her metamagic recently. Like I could be getting some higher level fireballs and stuff, and controlled fireballs, by putting them in here as metamagic. And I guess I have a couple level 6 slots as well. spells we can't cast because we don't have slots. We get them from the ring. Yeah, I might want to look at her meta magic, but for now, I think she just gets the glasses. I think this is the first pair of glasses we've seen. So how do I choose to take 20 here? I guess I'll have to figure that out. If we look at the Arcane Weaver, what do we have here? Let's sort by price descending. I do need a Pearl of Power for, I think for Darren, if he can use it. I don't actually know if he can use it. I want it for, I believe, Death Ward, which is a 4th level spell. Because I can put this on someone and it lasts for 25, or it lasts for 24 hours. But I only have 7 slots per day. This seemingly normal pearl of average size and luster is a potent aid to all spellcasters who prepare spells. He does not prepare spells. So he can't use this. That's too bad. A +3 Fury-born Greatsword. We don't have any two-hander peoples. This is still really cool, but yeah, we don't have any prepared casters. Nenio comes along for a ride sometimes. I mean, I guess technically, Orlin and Arushalae are technically prepared casters, and I guess so is Sela, but they don't really use their spells. I don't think they even have 4th level spells. They have 3rd levels, right? I don't really use their spells because they're like, they're okay, but I only have a handful of them. I never use them because it's like I can only use them once, and I'm quote unquote saving them. But then I can't use them in battle because it's a waste of their action economy to cast them. I don't think she has much that I want here. What's the Robe of Order? Key pool. Light armor with damage reduction. +2 with immunity to fire. Good for undead. Yeah, I don't think most of this is stuff that I need. Who else have we got over here? We've got Darren and Camellia. I guess we'll go chat with them. See how they're doing. Camellia, we haven't talked to in a while. She might have like a companion quest for us by now. Let's check in with Darren first. Okay, nothing new from him. Camelia's just standing here outside a tavern in the snow. All right. Nothing new from her. Let's make our way over here. All right. Oh, Wilser, we probably want to talk to Wilser, but let's look at the exotic weapons provider first. Now, this is all stuff that nobody has proficiency in, right? She has nothing else, just exotic weapons. Yeah, she has nothing for us. Wilser here, the quartermaster smiles and lowers his voice. I've got a little something for you, Commander. Like a conjurer, Wilser produces a fairly large purse from somewhere under his shirt. The lads decided to chip in. You've been taking care of us, Commander, so we decided to take care of you. Please, take this gift. Get yourself a new magic ring or a new helmet. We'll be very happy if you do. So, it's bad grace to refuse a gift. This is something the lads wanted to do. They'll be happy if we accept it. We don't, well, if I take the money, I can turn it into finances for the crusade anyway. This one, I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but I think taking the gift in the spirit in which it was intended is the right way to play this. Thank you. It's from the bottom of our hearts, Commander. 5,000 gold. Okay, nothing too serious. Let's check in with Waljif. Nothing new, okay. So far, We seem to be on top of things. Blacksmith. Price descending. We have a bardiche. We've got a short spear, trident, club, battle axe. Most of this doesn't seem too serious. Touch of Flaw is interesting. +3. Whenever you hit, they can get a penalty to their attack rolls. Summoning. Shock, short spear. The additional damage. I don't think most of this is stuff that I need. +3 resistance bonus on will saving throws is nice. 10 armor half plate. I don't think so. Okay. Who else is here? We got... there's nothing else here right now, so we gotta head out and into the main streets. Bismuth and Bismuth and Ember are over here. We should probably, let's check in with them because Ember got kidnapped, and I don't think that was the end of her quest, right? She's got this like street preaching storyline going on. Okay. We pop through here. Oh, the director. We haven't checked in on her in a while. She's putting on her play, right? Tina the scenery master, Rumbledum the actor, Hierophant the actor, Lambkin the cyclops, Makia the actress, Lily the dancer, Kem the sound master. All right, let's check in with Grandma Gretlin the director.
Yeah, you read all the clouds. Rehearsal isn't over yet.
Granny says that since I'm good at making cookie cutters and baking molds, that I'll be a dab hand at scenery making. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, they don't have anything else for us right now. Here's Ember preaching again with Bismuth protecting her, I guess. Let's see what this is about. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. The people in the city seem to like your sermons. Are those sermons? I just tell people things. Simple things. Anyone can figure them out. People are much cleverer than me. But they listen to me and say thank you after. I probably just have a pretty voice. How are the former Baphomet cultists doing? You know, this cult did very bad things to them. They made them hurt and frighten each other and themselves, and then lied that they didn't have a way back. They convinced them the only choice for a sinner was to sin again. They are much better now, but still, their souls? Inside, they're like my hands. They're all burnt. Besides, simple city dwellers who weren't in the cult don't understand them at all. They say things to them. Maybe it's even fair, but it just makes everything worse. Some people don't want to believe they repented, as if they want to go back to the demons. Some feel sorry for them. They ask questions, they listen. Those conversations make them feel better, and others might listen and not fall for the same thing. You see how good it is that you didn't kill them? Thank you. I have to go. So go. The elf watches you with a radiant smile as you leave. Okay. Lady Konomi. I don't even know if I should talk to her. I just despise her so much. Let's see what she has to say. Lady Konomi is engrossed in reading some kind of letter. Upon noticing you, she frowns nervously for a moment, but then greets you with a graceful bow. Commander, how may I be of service to you? What are you reading? That is a state secret. But for you, I can offer a hint. Every single day, I receive dozens of classified diplomatic missives from all countries supporting the crusade. I have to go. Good day to you. Yeah. We don't really care about her that much. She's awful. CR and Horgus are down here. I don't imagine they're going to have much to say, but we'll check in. CR, last time we spoke to him, he was very upset about the death of his apprentice. Nothing new. Okay. Horgus. Nothing new. You know who we haven't talked to in a minute, and we have something new to say to him, is Finian. I think I've seen this before. Yeah, it's just basic information about the Pathfinder. All right. We did find a second note about him being used as an experiment by the blacksmith, but it seems like he doesn't want to talk about that. Let's check in with the devil. A fine day to you, Commander. After greeting you loudly, the tiefling looks around cautiously and continues at a whisper. Tell me, is it true that Iomade herself made you her chosen one? I ask because there are rumors in the army, and I've been offered a tidy sum to procure a few of your nail clippings. Some believe they heal all disease. It's up to you, of course, but if you want to make some money, what do you say? You want to buy some nail clippings? Why not? Show me the money first, though. Certainly, certainly. The tiefling gives you some gold coins, then wraps your nail clippings in paper and stows them in one of the purses hanging from his belt. 50 gold coins? Setting myself up for a spell? Probably a terrible idea. Show me your wares. Okay, he's got ingredients here, but not the ones I really want, I don't think. I sort these by name. So Flame Tongue, we got 29. Mix of Spices, we got 31. Cheese, we got 28. Midnight Moral, 38. Butter, we got 29. Spell Gorging Flour, I don't think we have. Let's grab this. Tainted Fowl, we've got plenty. And then Cinder Bloom, we don't have any. All right. Okay, got a couple things from him. He's got a headband of alluring charisma +4. We have a couple people who could benefit from that. You in particular. Yeah, but I want you wearing that because that's your biggest use. You don't really cast spells, so yeah, never mind. Got a Haramaki? Somebody told me she can wear this. Yeah. Okay. It's only 1100, so even if this turns out not to be a good thing, we'll grab that. Weapons. Nothing really great. Okay, we'll just take the Haramaki here. Let's see if that works for her. Okay, it conflicts. 2 armor from that. 4 armor from that. Okay. So if I take this off... No, I am getting... There's something else here. Dude, look at her dope-ass sunglasses now. I guess I can wear this, but then I can't use... Well, I can still cast mage armor on myself, I guess. What is the... I don't know what the conflict is, but our AC does go up to 20 when we put it on, so I'll keep it for now. Okay, nothing really from him. We can go inside the inn. Take a peek around. Yeah, I think we overheard like a conversation on the second floor here once. Or this is where Nenio is, right? Yeah, this is where Nenio is. So we can check in on her. Yeah, we overheard these guys talking about something or other, but I think that's done. So the only person here to really speak to is Nenio, who should be in her room. Hey, check out this mask I found. There's writing on the inside. Nenio snatches the mask from your hands and examines it from every angle. Looks like an average mask. Smells like mold. Tastes like... Ugh, disgusting. The eye holes are... She puts the mask on and looks at you through it. Utterly unremarkable. And yet I sense some hidden magic in this mask. I bet my encyclopedia that it must be the answer to one of the riddles of those statues in the Nameless Ruins. The writing on the inside looks very much like one of the answers. With a sigh, she hands the mask back to you. All we have to do now is find 4 such masks and bring them to the statues. You won't forget to take me with you when you head to solve the statues' riddles, will you? Better write it down somewhere. Nenio is extremely interested in visiting the Nameless Ruins after you find all 4 masks. Good to see you too, Nenio. So we found 1. I did think it seemed like an answer to a riddle when we found it. It felt like the kind of thing that could be slotted into one of those empty slots to answer a riddle. So we got to find 3 more, I guess. Unsurprising, as we're 130 hours in and barely, it feels like halfway through the game. So I guess there's a lot more out there, a lot more world to explore. But for now, Nenio has nothing else for us. Let's see. So we've got the jewelry artisan and then the half measure inn or tavern. I don't expect we would have anyone new in the prison, but let's check the jewelry deal. There's no merchant here? Right. Price descending. So, Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. I don't know why I would ever buy that. Pay $25,000 to sell to someone else? Oh, we sold this. Okay. Phylacteries. I could pick up a bunch of diamonds here, I guess. They're 5,000 a piece, though. Yeah, this guy doesn't really have anything I want, except... if we had the diamonds, we could cast a couple spells. Maybe I should have a handful, just to be safe. I do have a lot of money, so... Maybe just 1 is enough for now, just in case I need it. Because I don't think I had any. I'm going to end the game with 6 million gold that I didn't spend, but you know what it's like. You know what it's like to hoard. Okay, so now on to the Half Measure Tavern, where I believe Arushalae wants to talk to us about something exciting that happened to her. Oh, Yaker's here. It is an honor, Commander. Okay. So Phi probably doesn't have anything new to say. We could check in with Greybor real quick. He has a lot of stuff we haven't talked to him about. Greybor nods to you politely. As always, wisps of sweet smoke rise from his pipe. Can I help you, Commander? I'd like to know more about you. I know what you're asking. How did someone like me end up in these lands? Warrior without kith or kin, or godly blessing or crusader's mantle. Many have asked the same thing. Tell me about your past. I was born in Daggermark, the city of thieves, murderers, and poisoners. I soldiered for a while, served in the infantry under Jaller Klovesh. Didn't take long to realize there's 2 types of Daggermark soldiers. There's the dumb thugs who need to be bossed around, and then there's the venturous lads who use the title to do murder and extortion for hire. You can guess which ones I fell in with. I knew the rules of the game, and the wealthy often called on me to solve their problems or get a leg up on their competition. Then I got into a quarrel with an officer and I left the service and became an independent contractor. It turns out, outside Daggermark, there's a lot fewer specialists who fit my role. A proper assassin can get paid pretty well. The job took me all over Avestan before I came here. Yeah, I can see why you left the army. Not a lot of difference between soldiers and assassins. It's just the soldiers work for politicians. Very true. And in Daggermark, they don't make much effort to hide it. Do you have a family? My people don't brook trade with assassins. The family I'm from are honest merchants and loyal worshippers of Torog. By now, they must think I'm dead. They'd be appalled if they found out how things really stood. The dwarf grows grim, and his strong teeth clench his pipe until it cracks. As for my other family, I got one of those too. On my travels, I met a woman, fair, kind. For her, I laid down my weapon, got a house, became a simple city dweller. We had a daughter. We lived like that for 1.5 years before the road called me back. I loved her, but that life, it was like I was being buried alive. I was ready to kill myself just to end the torturous meaninglessness. Only the road could cure me of those thoughts. But for some reason, I keep going back to that house I once lived in. To the woman I once loved, to the daughter I don't even really know, and who doesn't know me. I watch from afar. I don't have the right to return to their lives. Mora, my daughter, I don't know what she is to me. Biggest mistake of my life, or the greatest mark I'll leave on the world. Feel sorry for you. I don't think he wants pity here. His biggest instinct would be like, just go back to them. Just go back and say hi, talk to them. Sure, maybe it turns into a giant fight. But how do you know if you don't go back? The lawful side, you had a family to take care of and you abandoned them. That's despicable. I mean, he's made his choice. He has to live with the consequences. In that case, apparently it's his own reluctance to see them again. But if he went back, it would be the consequences of having left. Sometimes you have to pay for love with suffering or regret. No, I think Orlin understands what he's saying. That he couldn't live that life. That it was slowly killing him and would have killed them and destroyed the family anyway if he hadn't left. It was irresponsible of him to make a commitment that he didn't know he could keep. But again, freedom and consequences. Still, I think his response to this would be, you should find a way to connect with them again and just deal with it. She could have gone traveling with you, couldn't she? Raymore frowns and nods to you. Yes, but I'm not made for family life, nor she for life on the road. Does that mean I'm the villain? You've satisfied my curiosity for now. You know, you're the first among my clients to ask such questions. He's got a lot more to talk about, but I don't want to spend an entire episode just talking to him. So we might come back and ask him some more stuff later. He's got some interesting backstory. I would love it if there was a quest to reunite him with his family somehow. That'd be fun. Arushalae definitely has something interesting here, so let's see what she's up to. You've never seen Arushalae looking so happy and inspired. She gives you a wide smile. There you are. I can't wait to share my joy with you. What did you want to tell me? Remember how I told you about Desna leading me onto the path of redemption? I was trying to mock her by corrupting the dreams of mortals, and the great dreamer couldn't tolerate that. She ruined my game and made me spend what seemed like a whole eternity in her realm. I had a lot of time to reflect on my past misdeeds, and when the goddess saw that I had repented, she decided to let me go. I still vividly remember her parting words. What do you dream about? This riddle, it weighed on my mind for many years. Demons don't dream when they sleep. We don't have dreams at all. We have desires, and we act on those desires, no matter the cost. How was I supposed to find something to dream about? I've been observing the mortals, trying to understand how it all works, and finally, she takes a deep breath and yells joyfully at the top of her lungs, startling every visitor and earning puzzled looks. I had my very own dream. So many years of hard work. I almost gave up at one point, but here it is. A dream. A real dream of my very own. I want to show it to you. You don't mind, do you? Arushalae offers you her hand. Come, I'll take you to my dream. I can't wait for you to see it. Okay. How does he interpret this? Okay, so it is not normal to share your dreams with other people in the way that she's talking about. It is, she doesn't know that, or maybe she does. The last time they had a serious interaction was when she lied to him and used him. So does he trust her enough? He gave her a last chance because of Desna. Maybe this is Desna giving him another sign. It is a dream. Desna is the goddess of dreams, of adventure, of stars and travel. Yes, I think the fact that it's a dream and the fact that he thinks he can take care of himself, this may be a little arrogant, but he wants to see where she's going with this. Is this what restores his faith in her, or is this where he kills her? Is this a trap or a trick? Let's find out. Take me to your dream. The succubus reaches for your hand with her burning fingers, and the world around you fades as you're carried somewhere far away. Okay. It's cool and quiet in Arushalae's dream. The ground is firm beneath your feet, and thin mist curls along the surface. In the soft, eerie light emanating from the invisible stars, you see nothing. As you look around, you see nothing, and no one except for you and Arushalae. Nevertheless, the succubus is beaming with joy. There it is. An actual dream, my very first one. Is this what mortals see every night? Does it look like your own dreams? What do you think? I don't know about Orlin, but my dreams aren't really about places. They're about events. Why is this place so empty? Empty? I don't know. It's my first dream ever. I don't know what it should be like here. Arushalae looks around. Her smile fades a bit. There's nothing to see here right now. Perhaps I was so keen on the idea of having a dream that it made all my other wishes and urges too pale in comparison. All right, now I have to learn how to dream properly. Arushalae catches your eye, cocking her head to the side. Tell me, what do you dream about? Probably victory. Defeating the demons, right? Whatever happened in his past that turned him into a demon slayer. It's the bedrock pillar of his whole identity. Defeat the demons, kill them, stop them, close the world wound, shutter the abyss. And it's not for glory, and it's not for power or wealth. It's either victory or peace here. I think he doesn't know what to make of this, so he's not sure if there's a side of him that manipulates people, including his allies. There's a part of him that thinks about what's the right thing to say rather than what's the honest, sincere answer a lot. He thinks about it a lot. He doesn't always choose to be insincere, but in this case, I think he doesn't really see another angle other than just being honest with her and seeing where she goes with it. So for him, the answer is victory. Yes, the war's still going on, and we must win it. Of course, let's dream of our victory together. Suddenly, a pile of dead demons appears before you, as if by magic. Look! Arushalae laughs and claps her hands. Now I have a dream as well, and it's not something I just made up. Oh, it's so wonderful sharing a dream with you. Do you mind me taking a quick look around your dream? Of course. Feel free to do whatever you like. That's why I brought you here. Okay. Yeah, I wanna take a peek. So it's a big ass rock floating in a void. We've got like, there's like a mirror image effect going on us. We've got a dead Vrock. I think that's a dead Sheer. And that's a dead Jamiroquai. I forget. No, Painajai. Not sure what else to say about it. The dead demons are staring at you with their dull, glazed eyes. Okay. Take a stroll here. We have very high perception on Orlan. Perhaps in the distance we notice something. Or maybe at the edges of the rock. It's interesting that Meadow and Ivo are not here. And but my butterflies and my little, I don't even know what this creature is, my little hoppy squirrel friend, he's following me around. There's that weird record scratch noise as well. What is this? What are we doing here? I guess we don't know. What are those footsteps? I do hear the footsteps. Should I be casting buffs on myself right now? I do have Sweet Sleep and Shiny Dreams on, but not much else. My dream. My very own dream! Arushalae takes another look around, full of pride and pleasure. I don't even want to wake up from it. Now I understand why mortals compare all the best things in their lives to their dreams. Do you like your newfound dreams? They're the most beautiful things in the world. This whole world is mine, and mine only. It's a bit empty right now, but I'm learning fast. Thank you for sharing this dream with me. A subtle blush touches the demon's pale skin. Mortals have so many different feelings. Friendship, loyalty, sympathy, even love. They're all so mysterious and beautiful. But one can't truly learn anything about them alone. And who would dare share their heart's desires with a predator from the abyss who's unable to reciprocate? Okay, so we've got... This looks a little bit like romance. Touching her fingers. I believe in you. I can help you if you'll let me. Don't lose hope. One day you'll find someone to teach you how to feel. It's not going to be easy. Okay. We know this seems harmless, but potentially the subtle blush, the vulnerability she's showing us, those are excellent tools of seduction. And she was a succubus. It comes naturally to her. She lied to us and we came very close to killing her as a demon. And she is a demon, even if Desna has blessed her, and even if she is, beautiful. I don't think Orlan could get over his discomfort with her origins enough to make a romantic overture to her. And I think his trust in her is very fragile and tenuous right now. So I don't think we can choose number one. I think in this moment, I think in this moment, he's back on track of okay, if she's redeemable at all, I'm going to need to move her in the right direction. And of the remaining two options, This almost seems discouraging. It's not going to be easy. But this suggests she can rely on and use another person to learn how to feel. That's... I don't really like any of these. I think a little blunt honesty here is necessary. It's going to depend on you. You're going to have to work at it. Don't think it'll come easy. I'm glad that you've had some progress, but it's not going to be easy. That's what I'm saying. How can I dream of falling in love if I can't even look at mortals without wanting to drain their souls? Okay, you know what? How about, let's go back to the material plane right now. Let's go. Arushalae touches your hand and the dream world begins to fade away. Beware the succubus, right there. A little bit of a, that's a little bit of a coincidence, maybe. You open your eyes. It seems that no time passed in the real world while you were in Arushalae's dreams. So, that was my dream. I'm happy I was able to show it to you. Arushalae looks at you shyly. It is kind of empty right now, but I know how to remedy that. I need to keep learning from mortals, following in their footsteps until I figure out how to forge my own path. Naturally, I wouldn't even think about breaking into someone else's dreams, as the goddess surely wouldn't forgive that. But perhaps I could ask people? Oh, but what if they won't talk to me at all? The succubus seems lost in her thoughts for a moment, then she smiles at you again. Is there a chance you could help me once more? Ask the city's people about what they dream about. They're more likely to open up to you than to me, and I'll just follow you silently. They won't even notice me listening in. Okay. She has more things to say, so we should come back to this inn because she has more like lore that we can go over, as does Greybor. Took me a second to remember his name. But for now, I think we're going to, there's no like, yeah, we'll just, okay, I'll talk to people about their dreams. That's fine. I'll be watching you. That's not creepy. Sting. So, do we talk to like a citizen? No. We must be able to ask other named people about their dreams. Like perhaps we could ask Phi here about his dreams. Yeah. Phi the tavern keeper. Greetings to the hero of Dresden, Sir Armored Armadillo. I have a question for you. One that might seem strange, but as the commander, I need to know your answer. What do you dream of? Phi doesn't seem at all surprised by the question. Well-being, prosperity, and dwarven whiskey. I once had a taste of the stuff they distill under the mountains. Since then, I've dreamed of getting a still like the ones they use. But they're secretive and don't share their inventions. A pity. All right, thank you. Come again. You'll always be welcome here. Yeah, perhaps any named person we could interrogate here. Which means we might have to double back and visit some of the people we've already visited. We could ask Nenio about her dreams, probably. I don't know if we can ask our companions, but we should check. Let's see. Wait, where was the guy? Oh no, he's out front here. The one-eyed devil? Yeah, can we ask him about his dreams? Oh dear. Okay, something's happening. The tiefling greets you with a respectful bow and immediately begins to speak in a sly voice. Good afternoon. To the abyss with formalities. Commander, I must make a complaint. Your companion, that lady from under Canabras, the one with the excess of fur, the cocky attitude, I'm sure you know who I mean. Well, she robbed me. She attacked me in broad daylight, beat me, took a valuable Chalaxian dagger. The tiefling's front teeth shine with an unnatural gleam, indicating their owner visited a healer quite recently. What's the cost of the things she took? 1,000 gold at least. The item's chilaxian. A lightweight, blackened blade sharpened more finely than an Absalom barber's razor. It's so well honed you could balance it on a thread. It's worth 1,000 gold easily. All right, here. Give him 1,000 gold. Wait, he's a swindler. We'll give him 500. That's enough. The tiefling doesn't seem sad at all. He quickly puts your money in his pocket. I praise your wisdom and fairness, but what about paying for a healer? Priests no longer show any compassion and charge a fortune these days. But how can I refuse to pay? Who'd buy so much as an apple from me when I was in a pitiful, toothless state? All right, this is for the healer. Anything else? Did she steal your horse, burn down your shop, stab your grandmother? No. This is more than enough. But in your words, I sense a rather insulting lack of trust. Do you think I'd ask for more than I deserve? I didn't even mention the pain and suffering. Speaking of which, no matter. It's not necessary. All right. I just gave you 1,000 gold, so you're going to answer a question for me. What do you dream of? When I get rich, I'll retire. I'll go to Talador, buy a villa by the sea from some broke noble. Maybe even buy their title. I'll surround myself with such luxuries that even ancient Taldan emperors will envy me. From the afterlife. I'll have a pipe organ in my dining room, and someone will play it while I dine. Oh, and harps and bells. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice movement, but nothing else. Arushalae has disguised herself very well to overhear the dreams of the townspeople while remaining unnoticed. All right, you swindler, I'm off. Come again! Yeah, dick. This is kind of entertaining. Let's go talk to Horgus and Ciar, and maybe they have some dreams. I'm listening, Knight Commander. I have a question for you. One that might seem strange, but as commander, I need to know your answer. What do you dream of? I'm well past my prime. Seen far too much death to be afraid of dying myself, but I don't want to get old. But if one has enough money, one can bribe time itself. Take Queen Galfrey. I wish I could afford the magic potion she's been using to stay young for over a century. Ciar looks old and shriveled. His gray hair seems to become even thinner. He looks at you lost and smiles sadly, as if out of habit. Yes? I have a question for you. What do you dream of? Sighing heavily, the old man's gaze looks over your head into the distance. So many young men and women have laid down their lives in this war. They came here young and fearless, just to wind up dead. Bringing them all back to life. That's my dream. Okay, everybody's got some dreams here. This is pretty interesting, actually. Lady Konomi, I guess we can ask her. We can ask Ember. Wait, where is she? Oh, she's over here. Okay. Where is she? Okay, the companions we can't ask. I guess that makes sense in that Arushalae could ask them herself. But the NPCs, most of them seem to have an answer for us. Oh, yeah, she doesn't have any dreams. Okay. Who else? We haven't been to see this group yet, so we'll double back and probably wrap up with the folks we've already seen, and then next time we'll hit this lower level. We'll chat with Wenduog, Sela, Arsino, etc. Dorgalinda probably has a dream we could ask about. I imagine Wilser might? Nope. Okay. Nor the weapons provider. Probably not Waljiff. Okay, let's ask she's on our council, but she might have an nope, she doesn't have an answer. Who else? Who else can we ask? Storyteller might have an answer. What do you dream of?
Oh, I haven't been surprised by a strange question for a long time. Especially not when beside you I hear the weightless tread of a succubus who has perhaps stepped onto the path of redemption. No wonder she wants to know more about mortals in their dreams. Perhaps my dream will disappoint you, child, but still, I will answer. I have to admit, I suffer from insomnia. Every night, as soon as I lie down, the ghosts of those who are remembered and those who are forgotten stand around my bed. The stories I have gathered swarm in my head. My mattress becomes hard like stone, and my pillow ice cold. Maybe if I had a softer bed, I'd fall asleep quicker. Although, I suppose it's not really about the bed.
Okay, that's a good find. Jewelry trader, Darren, Camellia. We could ask the hand of the inheritor next, I suppose. And there's a couple folks in the war council room that we can ask.
My watch goes on. Greetings, champion.
Look, the Goldeny man will turn into stone if he doesn't move soon. Oh, we need to break this barrier quickly. Call up all the court, attack the demons. Otherwise, they'll find out what we're planning and plot all kinds of nasty stuff.
May Iomede's light be with you.
Okay, all right. Take your stick out of your butt. Another counselor, Captain Odin. I doubt he has dreams. I feel like Anevia could be someone we might have an answer from. And maybe Irabeth. We'll check inside. Irabeth, what do you dream of?
I don't keep secrets from you, Commander. I used to think reclaiming Dresden was a hopeless dream. But now, thanks to you, even winning this war seems possible. Still, the victory is our common cause. Dream of the entire Crusade forces. My personal dream is more modest. Putting an end to Baphomet's Templars once and for all. To prevent them from invading our ranks, poisoning the minds of our warriors with their deceit. Rearmament is another thing we do well to pursue. Our armor falls into disrepair at an alarming rate, and our warriors' blades are barely sharp enough to pierce the skin of the weakest demons. I understand that Mendev's coffers aren't bottomless, but if we can't order ready-made weapons, I'd be glad to get half a ton of cold iron. Wait, are we still dreaming? A ton of adamantine, then. Or two. That'd be enough for... The paladin's busy doing calculations. You can barely discern a whisper. The Templars, the weapons, adamantine. So many wishes at once. Early sunset? No. Probably not Regil. No. Ivu? No, but maybe Anevia. Look who it is! Hi! What do you dream of? What else could I desire when I have my bath? Anevia thinks for a moment, smiling, then looks over your shoulder and gives a cheeky wink. Arushalae, quit hiding. You put the commander up to this, didn't you? I'm feeling shy, are we? Fine, I'll act like I never saw you. So, Commander, war's no place to be thinking about wants. Needs, yes. Not desires. But when the war's over, you mean? Well, then we'll have a chance to think about something other than just surviving. To learn something other than fighting. You know, when I was really little, I would always love hanging around the kitchen whenever the cook was getting the fresh bread out. Big, steaming loaves that smelled so good. Maybe it's stupid, but I keep thinking when the war's over, I'm gonna build a big stone oven in my house and learn how to bake bread, just like that. Okay, and with that, I think I saw... we could still ask Hylor and Arsino, apparently, and then we can chat with Arushalae. I feel like we should definitely be a completionist here. Who is Hylor and where is he? I'm trying to remember. Probably in a part of the city we haven't visited yet. Well, we can ask Arsino at the temple. Who is Hylor? I recognize the name, but I don't remember who it was. Arsino, what do you dream of? It's a rather strange question indeed, but if it's an order, I'll answer. There's a saying, one can't win a war and keep their gloves white, yes? I do understand that there isn't much time and energy left for landscaping when you're fighting hordes of demons to death every day, but Abadar knows how I'd love to see Dresden neat and tidy. Just for one day. No missing cobbles in the street, everything sparkling clean. Flower beds blooming, all the lawns trimmed. Glory and order instead of all this filth. Do you have anything I want to buy? Grace descending. She's got diamonds. Dinosaur bones? I think I need much of that. What's the coin of protection? 1 minute of damage resist? Meh. I don't suppose you have the berries that I want, no. 40,000 for the amulet of circulating blood. Blood ragers get fast healing 5. No, no, no. Yeah, none of this is any good. This is all stuff I sold to her minutes ago, or in between episodes. Okay, so who is Hylor? Captain Harmatan? Chief Saul. Who is Hylor? Hold on. Let me tab out here real quick. WOTR Hylor. Who is Hylor? In second floor. Okay. Second floor of the inn. All right. I missed that. Who is this guy? Wait, this is where Nenio is. Who is Hylor? Is there like... There's no NPC list. All right, let's get over here and figure this out.
Tired of waiting.
Do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do. Wish you would ride your horse. In Canabras, he would ride his horse into the inn. But now that we're in Dresden, he's like, no, it's not appropriate. It's not proper. I'm trying to remember who this is. Look at them dancing. Wait. Noble. Oh, Hylor. Here you are. Who are you? Oh, okay. He's got like an eye patch. I can't remember who this guy is. Oh, this is the Pathfinder Lodge captain. That's who this is. This is Mr. Respec, right? Yes, okay. Congratulations on taking Dresden, Commander. It's a great victory, though you paid for it with much blood. Did I give him a Southwest accent? I think I did. Smell still hangs in the air. I remember the smell well. Last time the air reeked like this was the most horrible day of my life. The day I nearly caught the spinner of nightmares. Yeah, this is I remember vaguely this guy had a quest about this. I don't really remember it. I probably have to reread his whole thing here. Do we have a quest for it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. What do you dream of? I'd give away almost everything to see my lovely little girl Lori again one last time. Oh yeah, it's sad daughter died thing. Not to be unsympathetic, but like, there's a lot of content in this game. And we last spoke to you about 600 years ago. Good luck, watch your back, only trust your closest friends. The enemy's cunning and treacherous. Indeed, they are. Okay. With that, we now need to go speak to Arushalae. We did get 240 experience there, presumably for being a completionist and catching them all. I mean, I always want to be the very best, like no one ever was. So if we make our way to the half step and go inside, is that where she is now? The half measure. Aru. Okay, she is here, but I have a suspicion that we're running pretty long here at an hour 10. I have a suspicion that when we talk to her, we're gonna get transported back and some interesting stuff is gonna happen. So we'll save that for next episode. That's gonna be it for this time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this like slice of life episode. We probably got one more before we get into hardcore crusade mode and waiting for the queen to arrive. I'll probably send them out on the road as well to try to reach some of those other places on the map. But for right now, we're gonna call it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.